Hey guys, and welcome back to another book video with your two favorite book nerds, Amy
and Kelly.
Today we're going to be ranking our book club books of 2024. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little chat about those bad boys.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the bad.
It was a meh year for book club.
It was, and I feel like we let y'all down with our picks. I don't know.
They weren't exactly the best.
We let ourselves down.
Yeah. They were not the best this year.
No. Let's just jump into the rankings.
Yes.
We're gonna be going into this like blind to each other's rankings, so we'll see where we agree and where we disagree. Should we start from the bottom and work our way up?
Let's do.
Okay.
Okay.
So, in the number 12 spot, this is my pick.
Mine too.
Woo! Look at that. We agree.
It was unarguably the worst book. Probably my worst book I've read this year. Well, I did DNF a couple, but
yeah,
maybe not the worst book I read this year.
But by far the worst book for book club.
Yeah.
It was not anything like I had anticipated it being. No. It was billed as like a La Llorona story, horror story, whatever, and none of that was here. It just it was not good.
It wasn't.
It was not good at all.
No.
So yeah, yuck.
Number 11. Mine is Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll.
Also mine.
Ah, there we are.
Look at us agreeing.
I tell you what, yeah, I did not enjoy this book. I did not like the mixture of fiction and nonfiction. That was probably my biggest problem, and it bothered me so much. So,
same.
Yeah.
It was a rough one. Number 10.
Number 10. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
These were the easy picks for me. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it just wasn't well done. It wasn't a well done horror story.
No.
I didn't like it. It was like a curse film type aspect or whatever, and some magic that just appeared.
It didn't really do much.
Yeah, no. It was not nothing was well explained. Everything just kind of happened. And then there was a whole bunch of nonsense that didn't matter, like the mundane things of like at her job and her telling her boss off and all the like it didn't make sense.
It didn't. And the two main characters, just I didn't like either one of them. And even then, like, I mean, you can enjoy characters you don't like, but I mean, I just didn't even enjoy the way they were written, and the romance part of it was just not there. No. I mean, there was no chemistry there at all. And it had a lot of different elements. Like, there was the movie, and there was her job, and there was his job, and there was the director, and the magic, and the different characters. And it was all supposed to tie together surrounding this one film, and I just never got that sense of it tying together. Yeah. So, I didn't care for it.
Sad day.
Number 9.
This is where we're going to differ. Yep.
Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybourn. I expected more out of this book. I expected something more of a good rompin' mystery thriller, you know, retiring assassins, like around 65-ish.
Comedic thriller.
Yeah, that found out there was a hit on them, and so they were going around trying to figure out who their friends were and who was not their friends, and you know, it just wasn't. It was not entertaining to me.
Well, I will say the same thing about this one. This was my number 9 pick, and I just wanted more from this book. I wanted more horror, because the horror scenes in this book, the few that were there, they weren't bad. It was everything else in the book that I just really didn't care about, and it was more of like a horror on her life and not so much a horror of like ghosts and haunted houses like I wanted. So I just yeah, that just rubbed me the wrong way. You can't say that this is a horror, like a haunted house book, and then not give me the haunted house.
Yeah, I get it, but, well, I'll get to, yeah.
Number 8.
Number 8.
For me. The Bone Orchard. This one was very hard for me to follow at times. I got very confused with this book. But like the vibe of it was really good, but I just don't think that the story was done as well as it could have been. There definitely were some shortcomings to it, but like the vibes and the idea was good. Like there were some interesting bits. I just wish that they would have like explained some things a little bit more and just, I don't know, built upon some of the science and things in the book and how she created all of her people thingies, whatever they're called. But I don't know. It's definitely got good vibes. If you want like a good like gothic feeling book, this is it. But I don't know, I just thought the story could have been better and a little less confusing because I was very confused.
Okay, so number 8 for me was The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I liked this book. I did. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be. There were points in it where I really, really liked it. Them in the rain screaming. I loved that part. The thing is the things I loved about this was not the romance. And it was a romance novel. I mean, they were a good couple together, but it just wasn't what worked for me. It just didn't. And I mean, I liked her quirky family, but they were just like too quirky. And they were mean to her. And so that really made me not like them. So I like the idea of her family. I didn't like it in execution. So, I mean, and that was kind of like the whole book. I like the idea of it. The execution kind of left me a little cold. But I did enjoy it. I still gave it 3 stars. Number 7 for me was The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong, which was our one we just read. Again, I enjoyed it. Gave it 3 stars. It just did not hit the mark for me. So it, you know, it was supposed to have, or the theme, really strong found family. It was really based on found family. It's a cozy fantasy, but it just didn't, the way it was executed did not hit the vibes for found family for me. They just didn't. It didn't have enough magic in it. It was billed with a magical cat, and the cat was not magical.
No, that was disappointing.
In any way. And I don't know. I think the vibes just weren't there for me. I just don't think the characters were written in a way that hit well with me. But I did still enjoy it.
My number 7 is The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno Garcia. And I am curious as to why this is number 7 and what the Bone Orchard in this one should have been switched. But here we are because, yeah, I don't know. I really don't remember anything about this book. I really don't. So it probably should have been even lower in my rankings. I gave it 3 stars. That's all I know. I don't remember.
It was very much like Bridgerton with magic.
Oh, yeah. But like not good magic.
Well, there wasn't enough of it.
Yeah.
And
they were spent this is the one that we were like, they spent too much time talking about her dress than the magic.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time on their dress.
Yeah.
So it was very much like a Bridgerton feel. It was that same era.
Maybe that's why I rated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of era, but, this is the one where, like, she falls in love with the guy who's in love with someone else who is also her, like, aunt or cousin or something. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I actually enjoyed that part of it. It was the ending that really, but I'll get to mine. Okay, number 6.
Oh yeah, that's me.
That's
number
you.
6.
Yep.
Come to mama. The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. her more recent books, for whatever reason, just haven't been hitting as strong for me. They kind of are more of like slow burn, and then you get to the end and just it happens so fast. And this was another one of those things where it's just like there wasn't a whole lot happening throughout the book, and then we got to the ending and it was over too quickly. And I'm like, you have all of this to have things happen. Why are we rushing? Why are we rushing?
Yeah.
So I wanted more stuff happening throughout the book, because it definitely, like, the storyline and the idea, the plot, like all of that, like it had the bones of being a really good scary story throughout the whole thing. And the ending was definitely wild. So much happened and it was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was just, it felt rushed, and it just felt like I was being bombarded with action that could have been happening more so throughout the book. So it was still good, but just I wanted more horror throughout.
Yep. So my number 6 was The September House. And I agree that for a horror novel, there wasn't a lot of horror involved. I do. But the vibes of this book were there for me. Like, I did like her family drama. I did like the way in which the house was haunted. I did not like the main character's daughter at first. She was a bitch, but I really liked the arc.
She was still a bitch at the end.
She was
Don't let anyone fool ya.
She was not a bitch at the end.
She was.
The
was a bitch the whole
ending
time.
and the ending really hit for me as well. And the whole part, like the whole thing through where, you know, the stupid crazy shit was happening because of the haunting, and yet well, I can't. I won't spoil it now. You can watch the spoilers in our review. I'm trying to keep this one spoiler free. But I will say there is a trope in thrillers that happen pretty often. And I don't usually like it. But when it happened in here, I loved it. Because I was going, am I crazy?
Yeah.
And
that was good.
So,
That
you
was
know,
good.
I thought that was really well done. So I did like all the stuff
And
that happened beforehand.
Let's not forget about Frederica.
Yeah. The housekeeper ghost. Oh my gosh.
She was the best.
Yeah. And there was another one that I did not catch on to until closer to the end. So when going that long before I caught on to the little twist, I should have caught it earlier if I'd been paying more of attention, but I didn't. So when it did happen, I was like, oh. So there were moments. It did lag. The pacing was off because, yeah, again, for the majority of the book, it was very slow, and then everything like bam happened at the end. And so the pacing was off. I will say that. But I still, for the most part, I enjoyed it. Number 5. Well, my number 5 was The Beautiful Ones by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Yeah, I mean, I did like the vibes in this book, and I did like kind of the twisted relationships that kind of came out of it. I liked how they untwisted, and there was not enough magic. There, in the end, close to the end was stupid. It was just dumb. There was a plot line in there that didn't need to happen the way that it happened, and it was only done for drama's sake. But for the most part, I enjoyed this one most of the way through. And if I remember right, I did like the romance in it, even though the one part at the end kind of went, that was dumb. But for the most part, I did. I did like how it progressed. The magic was cool. There just wasn't enough of it. So
my number 5 was Killers of a Certain Age. I do agree that this was not what I was expecting and hoping it to be. It definitely let me down in that way, because I too was hoping for some kind of like really funny, kind of like relatable, more so like a little thriller mystery thing, like whatever. And it did lack in that, but I do think that I still had some fun with it. Like once I stopped thinking so hard and trying to like overanalyze it, I had fun with this book. I do wish that it would have lived up to what it was billed as. As like Golden Girls meets, I don't know, The Office, or what did they say? It was like Golden Girls meets something, meets James Bond. Like, that was not this book.
Yeah, no.
But if it had been this book, it would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was a little disappointing, but I did enjoy some parts of it. Had some fun. It was 3 stars. All of these ones in the middle, I'm just like, you know what? Meh. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just here.
There's a lot of these that could really be interchangeable.
Yeah.
In their placing.
You could easily convince me to move any of the last, like, 5 books. I don't know. The bottom 2 and my top 1 and my bottom 2 are very set. But everything else you could probably convince me to move.
Yeah. Like, I think my middle 5. Like, I think my bottom 4 are definitely.
Oh, that's very.
And my top 1 is a definite. But other than that, I could probably interchange a lot of these. But anyway, okay, onward.
All right, so number
4. Number 4.
Wait, did you do your number 5?
The Beautiful Ones.
Oh, yeah.
My number 5.
Number 4. Cool. What was mine? The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This was another one that I was hoping would be like a fun murder mystery thriller book, because it involved old people trying to solve a crime, and I was here for it. It just sounded like it would be so funny, and at parts it definitely was. It did have some good moments. It was entertaining, and like some moments that made me smile or laugh out loud. It just wasn't. I just wanted something more from it. It wasn't perfect, and I don't remember why I think that, but I do. I just know that it was like missing something. Maybe it wasn't as funny as I was hoping it to be. Like, it didn't have as many like comedic moments, and I'm starting to wonder if like I got mad at the mystery part of it. But I think that this one is actually like, it was really well done.
Yeah. It was
Maybe I
remember, it was pretty twisty.
Yeah, but it all still connected. Like, it all still made sense. Like,
I think that was the one where, like, which I'll talk about when I get to it, but the red herrings, you knew they were red herrings because it was too early in the book.
Yeah.
So you knew it was a red herring, but God, it was so believable.
Yeah. So, I don't know why this got... I think I only gave this book 3 stars. No, it had to have been 4 stars. I don't know. I didn't write it down. I should have wrote it down, but
Should have wrote it down.
I think it was probably 4 stars. I'm hard on books. I don't know.
She is.
Yeah, but
She is.
I enjoyed it. It was good. It just wasn't great.
It wasn't.
There we are. That's all I needed to say.
Okay, well, my number 4 was The Twisted Ones by T. Kingfisher. So I put this higher than some of the others. Actually, some of the others, like at the time, I only rated this one 3 stars. And some of the others I've talked about, I rated 4 stars. But I put this higher because I just, regardless of how much the storyline disappoints me, her writing, I always love her writing. I love it so much. She could be telling me the most twisted thing that I don't understand half of what she's talking about, and I am there for it because I love the way she writes. I love the way she tells a story. And honestly, that's kind of this book. I didn't understand a lot of it. I was very confused. Even at the end, I was having to like really think because I couldn't quite figure out what was going on. But there were things like the damn deer in the woods. Like, I had nightmares about that. She can give me nightmares. Like, what feasts at night? Those damn rabbits. So, even though I think I gave it 3 stars because I didn't think much of the plot. Like, or I thought I had to think too much about the place. I still don't understand what the stinking twisted ones are. I still don't know what they are. So that whole like fantasy portion of it with the paranormal aspect, whatever you want to call it, I just didn't, it wasn't clear. I don't think it was well explained.
I agree.
So I just, even at the end, I still am not sure just exactly what was going on. But that's probably why I just gave it 3 stars. But I will always, I can never see myself giving a book of hers lower than 3 stars because I love the way she writes.
Yeah, the writing's always solid.
Yeah, we are at number 3, top 3.
You're
number 3. Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 3 was The Thursday Murder Club. Because I loved the old people. I loved that little crew of people.
Crew.
They were so funny. There was one scene in particular where they were driving.
Oh
and
my gosh, yes.
They had to let the one guy drive because it was his car, but he was driving so slow, and they were like trying to get somewhere, like to catch up to somebody.
They were trying to time it.
Oh, yes, right. They're trying to time it to see if somebody could have done the crime. And he was it was just so funny. I got a kick out of these people. I really, really did. And also, I think, if I remember right, I think the mystery was pretty good. Kind of twisty, like I said, you know, you knew there were red herrings because it was too early in the book to not be a red herring. The one guy, too, the great big, like, groundskeeper guy, the one that found the one body in the graveyard.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that guy. But also because I think there was also a real serious thread through here about end of life and as you grow older, how you can become disconnected from your family as they kind of move on to their own things and you kind of get shuffled away. And as long as you're being taken care of, nobody really thinks about you. The one woman, one of the main character, you know, her family, just especially her daughter, or was it her son?
I don't know.
I think it was maybe her son. Like, barely paid any attention to her, you know? And so it's kind of like those kind of bittersweet kind of things, you know, as you go towards end of life, I thought was really, really well done in that book too.
My number 3, The Teller of Small Fortunes, which shocks everybody.
I know, cozy fantasy at number 3.
But this one just made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and I loved it. I was also disappointed that the cat wasn't actually magical. I mean, all cats are magical, but I wanted an actual, like, magic cat.
Yeah, I wanted to start talking or something.
Something, please.
Yes, that's probably kind of a spoiler. We are,
It's fine.
we may have to put a warning up for mild spoilers.
Nah,
Mild spoilers.
we haven't spoiled anything. It's okay. But I don't know. I just liked it. I thought that I enjoyed the characters. One of them in particular, the reformed thief, semi-reformed thief. He was my favorite. He cracked me up the entire time, and I don't know, there's something about the vibe, the story, the character. I don't know what it was, but it just, like I said, it made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and I wanted to keep reading it, and I loved it. It was good.
So see, there you go. Vibes hit for you.
Yeah,
the vibes hit. They didn't really hit for me.
Yeah, no, I tend to rate my books on how a book makes me feel, and not so much on like if the writing is good. And so the writing could be really crappy, but if it made me feel something, then we'll
but that's the thing with any cozy book, cozy mystery, cozy fantasy, cozy whatever. You're there for the vibes because there's not going to be much of a plot there. You are there for the vibes. That's why it's cozy. And so, you know, when they hit, like this one hit for you, it just didn't hit for me. But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are definitely there for the vibes because in a cozy, they're just nothing else.
Yeah.
Or not much else.
Not much else.
I should say, not much else.
All right.
All right.
Number 2.
No, my number 3.
Oh yeah, your number 3.
My number 3 was The Bone Orchard. I don't think I was as confused by the
No.
plot as
No.
Amy was. And
She's a seasoned fantasy reader, and so
That is my
having like these multi layers to a universe or like whatever is like she gets it, and I'm just like,
well, and I am, because the vast majority of fantasy magic is magic. There is no explanation for it. It just is.
I need an explanation. I'm a scientist, damn it.
Yeah.
I need an explanation.
So, most fantasy, it does not have hard magic systems, and hard is like, there have to be reasons. There are rules, there are reasons. Most of it, while it will have rules and will have maybe limits, there's no explanation for how it comes about. And so that part didn't bother me all that much. The political aspect of this book I loved. I was a little let down by the bone ghosts.
That's what they were called.
Because there wasn't enough of them in the book as characters, because a lot of them like disappeared pretty early on. But the main character I really liked. The top 2 female main characters I really did like quite a bit. So,
I agree.
and I just kind of liked this idea of, it's not a spoiler to say that the females in this are prostitutes, and the main female character runs a brothel, and kind of that idea of that behind the scenes power and how that works. And when it came about what the bone ghosts were, I loved it. I just loved it. So anyway, and the vibes, definitely. It's billed as a gothic mystery. It's not a mystery, but the gothic vibes are there. And her little card playing group, I like them a lot.
Yeah. It definitely has some good points. If I hadn't been so confused throughout this book, it definitely would have been higher, but I spent the whole time trying to figure out what the heck was going on and like what even character was talking, because the bone ghosts, they were all the same in my brain. I couldn't distinguish them.
That's because a lot of them were all the same.
So
that's why I wish there had been more with the bone ghost, because there wasn't
enough to differentiate.
There wasn't enough. Oh, how did I get that messed up?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I get for not putting my glasses on. Well, what did I say that was? We must have gone out of
4?
turn somehow. Because my number 4 was... Somehow I got out of turn. I must have.
Yeah, we must have, because I still have my 2 and my 1, and you just have
I just have my
1.
1. We'll just leave it the way it is. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
It's fine. I don't know where we're at.
Yeah, we have actually messed up. I actually flipped my last 2 books around because I got out of turn and I didn't have my glasses on. Bone Orchard was actually my number 3, and the Thursday Murder Club was my number 2. Somehow we got out of time, and I got those 2 mixed up. But again, interchangeable. A lot of these are interchangeable.
Facts.
So you need to, your number 2.
Yeah, my number 2 was
I don't know what happened.
The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, however you say it. I do agree that her family was mean and that they were just a little bit too quirky at times, but damn if I didn't love them. I loved how weird they were, because I felt like I could relate to them, especially her dad. And her dad wasn't even living, but his character, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like the coolest.
He was the best character in the book, and he was dead. And not even a ghost dead. I mean, he was not in the picture. He was not in the book.
He was good. And I don't know. I liked the romance in this book. I thought that it was cute. There definitely were some parts where I was just like, whatever, but that is me with almost any romance, so it's fine. And I don't know, I liked the ghost love story. I liked the ghostly aspects to it. The ending was like, oh
I was gonna
my
say,
gosh.
the ending, you knew how it was gonna play
Yeah,
out.
but it was still so cute.
But the way she wrote it, it was so good. And I mean, you knew exactly how it was gonna go.
100%.
But yeah,
it was good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was good.
This was another one that's just like, it kind of spoke to my spooky soul, and I loved it. I really enjoyed it a lot. Like, little warm, fuzzy, spooky soul vibes.
There you go. There you go.
Well, then that just leaves our number one.
That means our number one is the same.
Yeah. And by far, this was my number one.
Yeah,
Easy pick.
It was no question.
No question.
No competition.
No. Everyone in my family has killed someone. This book.
Yeah.
This book.
Yeah.
This is the best murder mystery book that I have ever read.
It was good.
I loved every second of it. I gave it 5 stars. It's one of the only books I gave 5 stars. Like one of the only, 2-3 books I gave 5 stars in 2024. It was so good. It had me laughing out loud. I love the fourth wall breaks or whatever, where he would in the office when they talk to the camera, look at the camera. I loved those moments.
Yeah, that was good.
And how he explained okay, I'm gonna do this now, and whatever. It was just so good. It was so good. And the mystery was so good because I didn't predict the ending. For once it tricked me. It got me.
This was another one that after we read this, you told me I needed to watch Knives Out.
Yes.
And I agree. It's that kind of a family drama mystery.
Yes.
Yeah. It was good. I gave it 4 stars, but I cannot remember why. I'm gonna have to go back and look at our video. Watch that video again about why I only gave it 4 stars. I mean, normally I'm very easy on books, so there must have been something
big must have.
Something hit me wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I love this book so much.
It was very good.
I can't wait to read his other ones. Because he's got 2 now.
Yes, he does. Yep.
But yeah, I'm excited. So, alright, well that was our rankings. I decided to go a step further. I don't know if Kelly did or not. Did you do any extra stats?
No, I didn't.
No, okay, well I went a step further because I love stats, man. I'm here for it. And so I wanted to kind of just break it down a little bit more. So for genres for book club last year, the majority of our books were mystery, thriller, and horror.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, so there were 4 mystery, thriller, and 4 horror.
Because Amy likes to inflict her favorite genre on me, but I don't inflict mine on her.
I only had 6 picks, so the fact that there were 8 total in my 2 favorite genres means that you also contributed to this. And in fact, not all of the ones that I picked.
Yeah,
JK, they were all, whatever, but you picked 2 of them on your own.
I did.
You did.
I did.
We had 2 fantasy, so you did inflict some fantasy on me.
We did?
Yep.
What was the other one? The Bone Orchard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is fantasy.
That one. And 2 romance, which, who knew that we would ever pick romance books? But we did.
I did those.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But one was a Sylvia Marina Garcia. Yeah. So
I mean, we were gonna read it anyway.
We
might as well have read it for book club.
We were.
Yeah. So for me overall for book club, my average rating of our books was 3 stars. So pretty on track for the 2024 reading season for me. The majority of my books were 3 stars. It was pretty meh. And then I wanted to break it down a little bit more and see if I did a better job picking books for me or if Kelly did a better job of picking books.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah. So, out of the books that I picked, I had 4 of the 6 that I rated 3 stars. I had 1 of the 6 that I rated 2 stars, and then 1 of my 6 that I rated 5 stars. So there was an average of 3.2 stars for the books that I picked for our book club. With the books Kelly picked, there were 2 that I rated 4 stars, 2 that I rated 3 stars, 1 that was a 2-star, and 1 that was a 1-star. So that average came out to 2.8. But I think, honestly, overall, Kelly did a better job picking books. Even though the average was lower, it was just because that one book brought it down. But
It was a bad book.
it was.
And it should have been good.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I think Kelly did a better job because there was more 4 and 3.
I was
Sorry.
just looking. There's 6, 10, 11, 12. How did I do this? Damn it. 7, 9, 13, 15, 18, and 6, 10, 14, 18, 20. You did better for me.
So we did better for each other.
Mhm. Not by a lot. 2, 3, 6, no. Because for myself, I had a 3 average, and for Amy, it was about a 3.3, 3.3, 3.4. So,
Not pretty close.
yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, and I mean, these were pretty close too, 3.2 and 2.8.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, we don't torture each other as much as we like to joke that we do.
We try not to.
Yeah.
We try not to. So, yeah, that wasn't too bad.
So,
Not too bad.
yeah.
So, I was asking earlier, in retrospect, now that we've had time to sit with them, is there any that you think you would change your rating for?
I even knew that this question was coming, and I still don't know if I have an answer. If I didn't rate Thursday Murder Club a 4, I would change it to a 4. Like if it had been a 3.
Mm-hmm.
The Beautiful Ones, I'd probably move down to a 2. September House would be a 2. I don't like that book. I think it was at a 3.
She's so rude.
Did you disappoint me? You get
Yeah, I guess. Dang.
Other than that, I'd probably keep everything the same. Yeah, I don't know. They were all kind of meh. So like there weren't really a whole lot that I have like super strong feelings about, except for Haunting of Alejandra being last and everyone in my family being first. So.
Mhm. Yeah, well, my bottom 4 were pretty set in stone.
That's fair.
I think I gotta watch our video, but I cannot for the life of me remember why I gave a 4 to Everyone in My Family's Killed Someone. What hit me so hard that I dropped a star? Because normally to drop a star for me, it has to be something that really impacts it. It can't just be I didn't really like that, but it really has to impact for me to hit that. So I don't know. I'm curious. And really, I mean, Teller of Small Fortunes, I can't go to a 4, but I mean, it was definitely a solid 3, so I don't think I can change that one. Haunting of Alejandra, I should have gave that a 1.
Yeah, you should have.
I really should have. I don't know what I was being gracious for.
I don't know either.
I really don't. But yeah, I think everything else I would probably keep the same, because there was nothing that I can remember that hit me so well that I should have bumped it up a star as far as like a 5-star instead of a 4-star. I'm trying to be better too. Like going into 2025, I'm like, okay. So I'm going to be like, a 1 was going to have to be like, I should have DNF'd it. And a 3, I'm thinking, a 3 it's not a bad book, but it's just meh. It's just meh. And then, a 5 is just going to have to blow me away.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm at. If a book doesn't make me sob violently, or like...
Because I think I give 5s out way too easy, and then it feels like a cheat when I give a 4. Like, well, it was still a good book. I still really you liked it.
No, the 5s are the books that you can't stop thinking about
I know.
months after you have finished reading.
I know.
Divine Rivals, Ruthless Vows.
Yeah,
Like, those are
easy 5 stars.
stars.
Trust of the Emerald Sea, easy 5 star.
Everyone
Definitely.
in my family, 5 stars.
There must have been something that bothered me about that book. I don't know, because usually, again, to get me to drop a star, it takes a lot. But no, I don't know. The rest of it, this is probably about the same. I don't think I would drop anything. I mean, because I figured, like, The Bone Orchard, it was confusing. It wasn't well explained at first. And there were storylines I didn't, but I just, oh man, the vibes hit me. I loved that book. But I didn't love it. I mean, it still had problems. So I can't bump it up to a 5, but I wouldn't lower it to a 3 either. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point.
Yeah.
I don't need to analyze every
We're
choice I
pretty
make.
good at rating our books. So, and
Yeah.
yeah.
That one definitely, though, I should have dropped. The Haunting of Alejandra, I shouldn't have. I don't know why I gave it a 2. I don't know. Weird.
It is weird.
Nope. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I have anything else for our book club rankings here. Book club discussion. We're going to do better in 2025.
Well, we hope so, because
Maybe.
I'm iffy on the way we're starting.
You and me both, because
I'm really iffy on that one.
Should have picked a different book. It's fine. No, it's fine.
Hey,
Oh, technically Fate.
Book Pong picked our book for us.
Yeah, but that one probably shouldn't have even been in there. Should have had a different one. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine.
It's fine. You have kind of a love-hate relationship with Grady Hendrix. We are reading We Sold Our Souls by Grady Hendrix. I have more of a meh to hate him, but she actually has a love and hate. So I can see why you put it in there.
Yeah, well, I think I put it in there before I reread the back of the book.
Oh.
So I went in thinking that it was something that it's not. So now I'm kind of like,
That's always a setup.
knowing what it's about, now I'm like,
Yeah.
this might not be as good as I thought it would be. But you never know.
You never know.
He might surprise me.
You never know.
He's an author that I've given 5 stars and an author that I've given 2 stars. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't liked the 2 that I've read. I didn't much at all.
Well,
I think they're
They
too weird for me. Like, I don't mind the horror aspects, but it's just it's weird horror. And I don't get into that whole, what do they call it, creepypasta?
Yeah.
Weird stuff. I just don't really like that very much, so.
It's just, I don't think that it's 100% done well.
I don't know.
You know, I don't
like the vibes. I don't like
Southern
the vibes.
Book Club was too weird for me. And then my best friend's Exorcism was just bad.
Yeah.
Because I wanted campy and like nostalgic, and I didn't get either of those things from that book. And then Southern Book Clubs, it just got way too weird. Way too weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like
it was weird. I just don't like his vibes.
Well, then Horror Store comes in and it's just like, this is one of the best books that I've ever read. I loved it. And I think it had a lot to do with how it was set up. Because it was like an IKEA catalog. You're reading an IKEA catalog with ghosts. It was pretty cool. But, I don't know.
No.
Hopefully we sold our souls.
We will see.
On the...
I was
to the
hoping,
love.
like, literally sold their souls. Like, there was going to be, like, a devil deal going on, a crossroads deal.
Exactly. Where's Crowley?
It's not.
No, not so much.
But at least we found out before we read the book that it wasn't going to be what we thought.
Expectations can be lowered to where they need to be.
We can change our expectations this time, and anyway.
It'll be fine. But,
anyway.
So go ahead and read that book with us. We will be discussing it on the first Sunday of February, which I believe is February 2nd.
February 2nd.
Yep. And we actually have our little activity picked out because we're decorating.
We do.
What are we doing, Kelly?
We are going to decorate Valentine's cookies.
So you're going to get to see how bad I am at decorating cookies.
And it's going to be another total fail. I already can figure this Now, but I don't know what it is. I am addicted to TikToks of people decorating cookies. I don't know why. Cakes too. Cake.
It's just kind of like real soothing.
It is. I don't know what it is, but I am just like watching them with the flooding. You know, the icing, you do the outline of icing and then you get a thinner icing and you just flood. I'm like, I want to try that. I want to try it. They got their little stick thing. I want to try it. I know I'm going to fail. I have never been good at any sort of decorating like that. I know I'm going to fail. I don't care. I want to try it. And a piping bag. I've never used a piping bag. So there you go.
Well.
So we're going to try it and we're going to see how bad I actually am. I will be bad. I know that already going in, but I want a piping bag.
It's fine, you and me both. I will bring my piping bag and you can use whatever tip of the piping bag you want.
I want to flood icing. I've already decided I'm not getting crazy, like trying to do any cool designs. I just want like a red cookie. That's all I want. I want a red heart. I'm just gonna do red. I'm not gonna try and do any silliness, any designs. Like doing like the hearts on the cappuccino stuff. I just want to, I don't care. I just want to flood that sucker with icing. That's all I want to do.
It's the little things, you know?
It is just so satisfying to watch them just take that cookie. Watch them take that piping bag and just go, and then it just like, I want the satisfaction of being able to put icing on a cookie. That's all I want.
And I just want to eat it. So, you know, I'm okay with this.
So that's what we're going to do.
Anyway,
yeah.
If you want to flood cookies with us, then come prepared to our live show and we'll either fail or succeed together.
I'm gonna fail.
We'll fail.
I know it's gonna fail, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But anyway. Alright, well, with all that said, hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, go on down below the video and hit the red subscribe button. Join the Everyday Adventure family so you can see our book videos every Sunday and so you don't miss out on live shows with the amazingly fun activities that we fail at 99% of the time.
We fail hard.
We fail hard. You know, we're good at failing.
We are.
So technically we're winning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're playing to our strengths, people.
Yeah.
We're playing to our strengths.
But, yeah, and you can also go check us out over on TikTok and Instagram at Everyday Epic Book Club for even more content.
And while you're doing all that, be sure and check out the rest of Amy's channel because it's not just all about the books. There is lots of, other videos like home renovations and shopping trips and traveling and deep cleaning. And there's the new, I always never forget what to call this. It's a new series. That's what I mean. There's a new series with cookings called So Clucking Good that she cooks with our friend Cass. And if that's not enough for you, check out her blog as well, which has features like Watch It Wednesdays, where she recommends Netflix shows, and Foodie Fridays, where she does restaurant reviews, and do all that and become a part of the entire Everyday Adventurer family.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan to me. But anyway, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'm Amy.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are
the Everyday Epic.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.